Hello and welcome to the regulars. I'm Stacey McGonigal.
Hi, my name is Jason DeRoss.
It's Monday, and it feels like it. It feels like a Monday. Let me tell you.
Yeah. It feels like all calendars right now should just at the top it goes Monday, 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 Monday.
It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It for sure sucks.
What's today? Oh, it's
It sucks.
Sunday the 13th. It's fuck day the 13th.
Yeah, you've ever heard of fuck day the 13th? It's still the 12th, but it also feels like the 13th, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of chat happening. Apparently it's Margarita Day today.
I think that started at Cindy's office. Apparently she works with a bunch of lawyers and they're all getting hammed. So
whoa,
awesome
damn.
jobs.
That sounds amazing.
If I knew that, I would have became a lawyer. That's easy, right?
Yeah, I would have absolutely become a lawyer. And I believe Barbara is about to turn 40, which is super exciting.
On February 28th, which is very close to somebody else's birthday in the
It's the day. Yeah, it's the day after my birthday. So it's a blessed time. And I will tell you, I found out the 27th, which is my birthday, it is the super moon. So you best believe
this is when you turn into a superhero.
I'm burning everything I own and I'm starting anew. I am. Mm-hmm. I'm saging.
This is what Nostradamus was talking about, how after the year 2020, there's going to be a new awakening. And this is it.
When I turned 35, I opened the door to the new awakening of the world. And yeah. And Barbara says, right, it's like now my fun bags are droopy potential cancer balls. Barbara, okay. 40 is incredible. We should embrace aging. The
bombs are dropping. That term just turned into something brand new for me.
I know. I think I misread it the first time, but Barbara, my gosh. No, I think we need to embrace aging. I mean, you couldn't pay me to be 20 again. You really just couldn't. My 20s, even though the body was right, I didn't appreciate it. And
I don't know. I would do a lot for money right now. So like, if they were like, if they were like, I'll pay you to be 20, I'd be like, hell yeah.
That is really
Joke's
true.
on you assholes. I would have done it for free. Oh wait, there I am. There's my 20.
I mean, would I describe my current career as being in the toilet? Of course I would. But yeah. So please let me go back to my 20s. But they always say like
where our career was booming when we were 20. Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? I think about in my 20s, like when things weren't booming by any means, I still like partied and like was fed and like had like, even if I had $6 in the bank, I could still like drink and eat pizza at the end of the night. Like, I don't know how I worked it out.
It's when you would go to an ATM and be like, oh God, they only give out 20 minutes. When we got to find another ATM, I got to get McDonald's.
Oh, we got to go to Ossington and Brock because that's the one that gives out 5s and 10s.
Yeah. Oh, those were the days. And they're coming back.
Listen, I very much feel it. They are coming back, but it is crazy because I mean, the saying of like, would you go back like knowing what you know now? Can you imagine knowing what you know now and having to also be in your 20s? You'd be no.
I would blow it for sure. I'd be like, hey guys, don't worry about it. Pluto's not really a planet. And then everyone would be like, what? I'd be like, oh fuck, I blew it. I told you something about the future. I told you something about the future. Now I just feel like I'm cheating because you all know that I know things now that are like, ugh.
I love how the saying is it's really meant to say like you're going back with perspective, but you are time traveling.
I'm just watching a game and being like, yes, I'm betting everything. And this is the one the Lakers win, but then I'll get it wrong and be like, I thought this was the one. I thought this was that game.
You still go back with memory loss?
It's good memory, just not great. So you're just getting a bit wrong enough that it fucks everything up.
I guarantee my memory is so bad. I would go back and have full relationships with people I forgot I dated or slept with. Like I'd be like, well, I feel deja vu. I don't know. Oh, interesting.
But it would also be weird because I'd like see my wife and be like, you talk to them and be like, I know everything. And then you're first, you're just meeting for the first time. It's like, I know. I know.
You meet Jenny for the first time and she does something and you're like, oh, fuck, you always do that. It's not cute anymore. Like they're annoying traits.
Ah, look who
It's funny.
popped up in the chat today.
Alistair Forbes is here and he says, shout out to Jason's art behind him. I remember when he painted that over a month in 2014.
Mhm.
How old were you in 2014, Alistair? Let us know.
40.
He was 40. Yeah. So, I mean, I couldn't go back. I just think about like when I would look around in my early 20s around me and like the bars I was performing at and the people I was hanging out with. And I was like, this is it. This is amazing. And to be clear, I was performing at a bar that just dripped water from the ceiling.
Sure.
And I was like, tonight was incredible. The show was unreal. Everyone had an amazing time.
Sure. Back in the day when you first started out and you're like, there's no stage here. Did you book the show? Yeah. Okay, great. It's just a bunch of old guys drinking and they're trying to forget their problems and we're going to ask them to give us a location like an ice cream shop or
totally.
Pioneer Village.
I'll never forget I was doing a stand-up show and this was sort of like when things in my brain started to go like, oh, this isn't great. I was in my 20s. I'm doing the stand-up show and the stand-up, as you know, the show starts and it's a wing place and people are just there with their families, they're on dates, they're with their buddies, just having some wings, not knowing it was about to be a comedy show. Mm-hmm. And there was a moment in my stomach where I was like, is it worth this? Are we going to get anything out of tonight? And the faces everyone made when it was like, you guys want to see some comedy tonight? And everyone's like, no, I'm eating freaking wings. Like, I don't want this. It was so, I
remember being at a stand-up show though once when it was like, there was one couple that was there on a date and everybody else was there for the stand-up show. It wasn't many people, but it was like, it was in the back room of this bar. Yeah. And the guy that was there not to see the comedy show on this date was just like, fuck you to everybody. I'm just going to keep talking as if like nothing's going on. And then the stand-up, who is a pretty brilliant guy, ripped into him like no other. And I'm like, because he's like, I know you, and this is your life. And he spelled out his life from like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And he's like, this is what you do. This is your life. This is everything. And you could tell the guy was like, he nailed it. He nailed every bit of everything that I did. But he was also like a full douche. He goes, yeah, you got me. Anyways, I'd like to bench 120. So it's we can right back to the date and was just like, we're going to keep talking.
That's such a great comeback though. If someone's like really going at you and you're like, you got me. Like, I want to be that person who's like, whatever. What's going to make you happy?
That's how you win. That's how you win arguments. Apathy is a killer.
Sure. Okay. Great.
Once you realize that's why serial killers win in the end, because they're just like, I don't feel anything. You can tell me whatever you want. In the Night Stalker, there's one moment where they're like, oh my God, you're being put to death. How do you feel? He's like, comes with the job.
We cannot laugh at the Night Stalker.
I don't know. Comes with the job is pretty fucking solid.
Well, I will tell you, I've been watching Below Deck, and the chef attempted to quit, and she kept saying, "Eat my cooter." I was dying laughing. I was like,
"Don't ever take the word cooter away from me. That can never be too bad of a swear word. We can say cooter till the end of time."
She goes, and she was
kind of enough.
It was funny because she was just like a bit Southern. She was like, "Eat my cooter," like just a hard R on it. And I was like, I love this. And that's the thing. It's like when the villain is funny, it's hard, right? It's like, it's hard. I never seen the show.
She's not the villain, though. She is not the
villain. Her name's Rachel. She's an incredible chef, but when the guests ask for too much, they can eat her cooter.
If I worked with her, I would try to piss her off a lot just so she would tell me, you know what, you can eat my cooter. I'd be like, I love that word.
I love that woman. I love you. That's the thing when like villains are just so good and you're like, no, please don't entertain me. This is like when the bully was like so mean but so funny and you were like, fuck, God, Ashley's like accurate. It was so funny.
That was the whole thing with watching that stand-up show. For like the 5 minutes he went into this guy, I was like, I've never seen something in such detail, him just destroying this guy. And I was so like, you're good.
Also, the audacity of that person to be like, I have brought this unannounced stand-up show to a place that no one has asked for, and I'm gonna call out the guy who's just decided to keep his night moving in the way that he needs is something.
I know. I'll tell you, at the time, I was on the side of the stand-up for sure. Because
Of course, we all were.
Everybody was looking back and being like, you can see there's a show going on here, but it's like, he's out there paying top dollar for a steak for sure on a date. Like, let him have his night.
Let him have his night.
Yeah.
But also, when I was on those stand-up shows, I was like, I can't believe the audacity, because, like, you just always think it's a gift.
This was over in, this isn't going to mean anything to anyone, but this was over in like that Cumberland area too. So it was like, that's where people go for, they don't do stand-up shows too much over in that area. It was like in the basement of Hemingway's or some shit like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, oh yeah. Well, we shouldn't have been putting shows there anyways. People are going there for dinner.
Your mug is so perfect. For those listening, it just says, fuck this guy.
Although there's me on the other side.
Oh, cute. Yeah. You're one of those little guys.
Yeah. What is it called?
Like a bobblehead or something?
Yeah, but like, is it, I'm going to say this wrong and I already know it's wrong, but Funko? Is that what it is? It's,
I don't know. It's a figurine, right?
Yeah. This makes me seem so stupid. Funko, what is it called? It's because it's a really common.
Someone will Funko Pop.
Funko Pop, there it is. There you
go. See, you have to put it out there. People will support and tell you.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck this guy.
Jenny says my friend dated a guy who worked at Funko. I never got really into like figurines and stuff, but I mean, those Funkos are all over the place. You always see it, even at the movie theaters. Remember those? I can't.
Yeah, I got a few of them. They're great.
Let me tell you. So I spent this weekend watching a lot of Below Deck, and I am really excited to reveal a new crush that I have. And I think you will be surprised.
I'm going to start writing this. Oh, I didn't bring a pen. I brought my paper. I didn't bring pen because I got to start writing some of these shows down because I'm getting lost in the shows that I need to catch up on.
But I don't want you to make the list because I don't want you to have a daily reminder of things you're like failing at that you're going to like create.
But instead of watching, because you know what, I will not steal your thunder and we can talk about Below Deck, but what I've been watching, I don't know how I got into it, but I'm watching Survivor. And it's like,
that's the best. I love Survivor. Great.
No, but that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm like, there's so many. I got to watch The Comeback. I got to watch, what was the Mindy Kaling show?
Here's the thing, Jason. You don't have to watch anything. The shows
I want to see these shows. I mean, they're on my list. You're like, I want to check out this show, but then you're like,
the shows you need will find you at the right time. Great. Also, I want to point this out because I feel this so deeply. She goes, Jenny says, I'm going to end up with someone who has a huge collection of Funko Pops. I just feel it in my bones. And I know exactly the kind of guy you're thinking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's not bad. That maybe cute. An easy gift. Gifts. I do think
it's that TikTok of like, how do I know my boyfriend's not cheating on me? And then him just walking into the room and he's like, so this Boba Fett didn't have a backpack, and I just was like, oh, I gotta get a backpack. But I found on this guy, and I know that if I take it off, it loses the value, which is too bad. But now my Boba Fett has a backpack. Oh, what are you doing? You filming me?
I feel like that video, like for me, like the happiness that man has is something I so desperately need in my life. Like, can you imagine I was talking to you and just so like fulfilled in some sort of way and excitement? Like you'd be like, what? But I strive for that.
I also bet he's a pretty smart man and works in like some sort of office somewhere. And you were probably like debating him earlier with like, no, it just won't work. The copy doesn't fucking work like that, Derek. If it does work, look, can we just pull up the stats and everything? And then you cut to him and you see that TikTok of him at home and you're like,
yeah,
you just lost all credibility.
And he's just like, I'm going to put on your little backpack and you're going to have a little adventure. You're my little man. Yeah.
Let's talk about Below Deck. I left Below Deck behind.
So I love Below Deck. I've always loved Below Deck. When people come to me and they ask, I was once described by a lovely, talented man named Chris Earl as a reality TV sommelier, because I would be like, what's your flavor? What's your spice? Let me get you the right show. And I always start people off with Below Deck because the first season is incredible, because the idea of like reality TV celebrities hadn't like hit the level that it is today. So like no one was on that show hoping to like get famous. And they did those jobs. They actually worked on those yachts, where now
Right.
the seasons have evolved and there's always like one or two people that really have never worked on a boat. So they're like fired for drama, you know?
But they were also there because they were like, oh shit, that's the one that does a TV show. I'm gonna work on that boat.
Yeah, like this is going to give me a career. So anyways, I love Below Deck. Highly recommend. It's very, very good. And so I realized that I hadn't seen the latest season. So I had like this last week and this weekend, I was like watching it constantly. And it's reinvigorated a love that I had many moons ago with a certain deckhand and now first officer. And his name is Eddie. And I'm in love with him. And I like everything about him. And he has since grown a beard.
Okay.
And I'm over the moon. He's
Can
35.
This guy can chop wood. He's a big dude.
Yeah, he works in Baltimore. Here's the rub. He's short.
What?
He's short.
This is against everything you stand for.
I'm gonna pull up a photo of him. I know. I was surprised by it too. But
What
I think
if this guy asked you not to wear heels to the wedding?
I mean, yeah, sure. Okay.
All right.
Sure. I think we can do it. He's jacked. Okay. Oh, let me just save this photo and then I'm going to pull it up. Okay. I'm in love with him. I agree with Cindy. Beards are yummy. As Barbara's saying, beards are sex on a stick. I am loving the energy in which Barbara is bringing today. I'm very much there for it. I wouldn't say that he's like super short, but he had brought it up.
Well,
so again,
Cindy's
it's not
almost offended. Like how short? How short, Stacey? Because you're almost out of the club.
Well, Jason, how short are you?
5'7".
No, you're not. I don't want to get into this today on a Monday, but I am certainly taller than you.
Because we're both around that 5'7" mark.
No. There is we're around. We're dipping a toe. Okay. Yeah. So here's Eddie. This is Eddie. This is my lover. Okay. So this is him when he's on My Sienna.
He looks like Adam Scott in that other picture, like Adam Scott playing a dick.
But look how cute he is in that with that beard and like look at the plants in the background.
I love that he was on ET Canada. Yeah.
Well, he's doing a lot of interviews for Below Deck. Okay. And so I was watching the after show of Below Deck where they interview them about certain scenes. And he was in a green blue flannel with plants everywhere in his Baltimore house. I mean.
Okay.
And Jenny, we love a plant daddy. We love a plant daddy. And you know what? We have found the title of today's podcast. We love a plant daddy. We love them. Jameson, he does look pretty short. Okay, Jameson.
I don't know. Bring that picture. Can you bring that picture back up?
Of course. Of course. I would be happy to. Do you want me to see if I can get is he tall?
No, I want that exact picture because I think the one in the beard, no, I was wrong.
What?
I was going to say there was like never mind, because it's not that at all. I was going to say there was like a Donald Trump Jr. vibe in there, but there's not in the
Jason, don't yuck my yums like that.
Do you know what vibe is in this? And I know that people in the chat might know this person, but not know them personally. But is that a Jameson Kramer vibe on with the beard?
What do you mean?
It looks a bit like a Jameson Kramer vibe. That guy.
Well, they have the beards.
They got the beards.
Oh no, wait. He might have a girlfriend. Oh no, that was like older seasons. I can't figure out if he has a girlfriend or not. So I am perusing. But anyways, he is my lover, and I very much love a new crush. We need them. Oh, I found one where he's standing. So I'll upload that to the chat.
And Jenny's okay with shorter guys. Send me all the bearded shorties with Funko collections.
I love how I know you're drinking LaCroix, but just the way you said that sounded like you were just slamming beers. Okay, so this is him standing up. Now look at this. Look at these muscles. He's with friends.
This doesn't look like him. This is a different dude. This looks like a different guy.
No, but he's the guy like doing the mahalo, but not the check. You can tell who he is.
He's the guy in the baseball cap.
No.
He's the other guy?
Yeah.
That guy looks like a young brother at a party. And now, now he looks like the dad that comes home and goes, "Get out of my house."
Well, he's 35 here.
And he's 25
Maybe he was
here.
younger here.
Sure.
And this is me peering from the side. But he's just like nautical, and he likes to like talk about like boat etiquette and stuff, and like I'm here for it. We love a plant daddy.
Is that what you're attracted to? Like, if some guy was like boat etiquette, like I don't even know.
No, but if someone was,
I was trying to think of something as a I don't know, like a reference, and it's like you don't stay on the starboard side or something. I don't know what the fuck.
No, it's just like if something were wrong on a boat, like he would be like, "Oh, it's because you didn't do the starboard tie right," or like you got to get the blah blah blah, or like him lowering an anchor. Like there's just something about that where I was like, "Damn, plant daddy." Yeah. So
hey, what's wrong? Rough day at work. It's just. It's nothing. It's just Derek. Look, I'm the one that lowers the anchor, and Derek just jumped in. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring my work home with me.
No, please bring it home. What else? What happened?
A hitch knot. You ever tied a hitch knot before? It's really simplistic. It's like that's a reef knot, and a reef knot is going to come undone. And you know what that means? Trouble for all of us when that boat is in rough waters.
Do you know how great you sounded there? Like, do you understand the command that you were expecting from your partner? Like, what?
That's my daily life.
That might be the coolest you've ever sounded.
Talking about reef knots?
Oh my God, talking about reef knots. I don't think I've ever entered a room with the justification of any sort of energy, unlike a boatman. If a boatman comes in and a boatman has had a hard day, like that's the hardest of the days. Yeah. Jason is now an anchor daddy. Yeah, Jason, your fake expertise on boats is actually really impressive.
Well, just throwing the word knot, I guess.
Listen, I mean, I didn't know that I would start. Go ahead.
Did at one point in my life go to sailing school for a couple of weeks. I did go to sailing.
Okay, so what? Let's unpack that.
Well, it's so long ago. It was like grade 9 or something. I went for 2 weeks to a sailing school or something where you had to capsize a boat and then get back up on it and be like, you just sail around in these little laser boats, they're called. You just sail around by yourself.
That reminds me of Bus Patroller Camp where they kind of, knocked the bus around a bunch and they were like, how would you deal? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Although it was also like it was run by these people like now they probably seem so old to me at the time, but they were probably like still in high school themselves and just having a great time and probably smoking weed and then being like, all right, kids, because I remember there was times when they would lay us on the floor in a room and just be like, walk around. And they would do that whole, do you know everybody close your eyes now.
Oh, God.
Breathe out. Now you're drifting up. You're in the clouds. And I'm like, and looking back, I'm like,
I hate that.
What does that have to do with sailing?
Yeah, what does that have to do with? I hate that. It
was probably a rain day and they couldn't take us out in the water. And they're like, what do we do? I don't know. Hey, Cindy, you like to do that fucking, get them traveling through the clouds and all that shit. You do that. I'm going to go smoke a reefer in the back.
Yeah, Cindy, can you do that fucking cloud shit? Because we got to kill some time.
Yeah. Wait a minute. God damn it, Cindy. Did you use a fucking reef knot to keep those boats in time? Because now, what are they going to do when the fucking rain goes away? We got to teach these kids straight from starboard to port. You got to tic-tac into the wind. And how are they going to learn that? By floating through the clouds on the floor where we eat our lunch? Yeah, my boat's called
tic-tac. I'm sorry. You got to tic-tac what? The sails?
When you go into the wind, it's called tacking, I believe. So I don't think you tic-tac, but you tack into the wind.
How, Jay?
You have to sail into the wind, then the wind's blowing out, you have to go back and forth. Tack.
Jason,
I believe I don't know this from fucking grade 9. I don't remember too much.
I am so surprised that you are an anchor daddy. I can't.
It's the sweater I put on today, I think. I think this kind of like
wow, yeah. Exactly. And it shows
Put
that
me on
I'm
a
ready
ship.
for love. So Eddie, like I will and am ready to move to Baltimore. I'm ready.
I'll move there too, but I'll just be like, I'm on the wire now.
Well, Jameson says that Jay's boat is called the Cooter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sail the Cooter.
You're actually being kicked out of the marina because your boat's name's offensive. Is it offensive to you that I called it the Cooter? I think that it's a word that's not used enough. It's not the 4-letter word we're all thinking of, and that's been banned. And we didn't kick Daryl out for calling his old country for old men.
Oh my God, Jason. Damn, you hit that word hard. That's got to be the name of our next show.
What's up with this country?
What's going on with this country? You know what this country really is? Misunderstood. Barbara says, I'm really uncomfortable with the sexualizing of the word daddy, but you are all really desensitizing me to it. In my mind, I thought Barbara started it, but I'm glad that she's into it now.
This is the woman that called her breast dropping bombs of cancer, I think.
Yeah. Barbara's coming in with an energy we live and we love. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I'm really glad that my horniness for a below deck first officer has really unearthed your anchor daddy realness. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea.
Barbara hasn't stopped.
The bearded cooter sounds like a hillbilly bar. Listen. Oh, wow. This is it. Came from the anchor daddy, staying for cooter talk. Yeah, it really what a way to start a Monday. But so I have added him to Instagram, and I'm sure talking like this will really negate any opportunity for love. But we're here.
I don't think so. I think this is the call out. He's coming over.
He's coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was watching, but I think that you would really enjoy it. I think you would really enjoy Below Deck, honestly.
I believe it. There's like the Potomac, Salt Lake City, and the Comeback, and Mindy Kaling's show. What is that? What's Mindy Kaling's show? The
Mindy Project?
No, she put out a show. It's about I think it's about a girl that gets into like her sophomore year or freshman year or something and starts dealing with how to.
Sure. So start with whatever one you want, but it's like whatever you need. Like for me, like I can't handle an emotional show. Like I love Below Deck. It's like easy viewing, it's simple dramas, people sleeping together, breaking up, having sex in the guest cabin. I will tell you, there was one character named Dolores. She chartered the yacht with her friends and got so messed up, so wasted.
So do they have like episodical guests that actually rent the thing out? So there's like,
so let me tell you the premise. The premise is yachties, so people who work on yachts, and so they do charters, which are usually about 3 days. So you see, and so rich people charter these yachts, and every episode is like either a day on the charter, but they're split up between like 3 days.
Is it ever like a celebrity that you know that goes, oh, they've they've chartered this boat for 3 days or something? Like does Denzel Washington show up and be like, hey, we're just going to go through the
no, probably they don't have they don't have Denzel Washington on Below Deck. They have like, hey, I was this meme queen, or like they had like they kind of fake celebrities. Come on. But usually you don't know anybody. It's not like a celebrity thing. They're just rich people. So like they had a bunch of like tech millionaires in their 20s, or no, they weren't. Their mommies and daddies paid for the yacht. So it was all these like 20-year-olds, and they're like, we love to drink. And anyways, so it just follows them. But there was a group of boat people, so they charter yachts all the time. And there was this character named Dolores, and she got super wasty. She was drinking all day, and she's like, do you have any fish food? Because I'm going to go feed the fish. And they're like, you can't, it's night. You can't jump in the water. She's like, then can I get some bacon? Because I am going to be feeding the fish. And they're like, you can't jump in. And she's like, I'm gonna get in there and have a swim. And they're like, this is illegal. So the captain comes out, he's like, you cannot. And she just goes into the water. And she's like, and then she's floating around in the water. And she's like, did anyone have any bacon? And then the Captain Lee, who's the captain, is like, you got to get out of here. And she's like floating perfectly. She's like, I spent a lot of money to be here. And she got kicked off the boat.
But I'm in though. But like, I think that would be me. Because I'm like, whatever, man. Like, why? I don't know. Why can't you go swimming at night? I'm sure there's rules and it's insurance and maybe fish feed at night. And maybe that would be crazy too. But like,
you sound like a lot of the partiers and a lot of the deckhands who were like, well, who cares? I don't think it was a big deal.
Yeah, just jump in the water.
There was one, I can't, his name's James, I think. And he was British and he was just like, people are taking this so seriously. Like, let's party. And that's Jason's boy right there.
What's Smallbeard's job in this?
Okay, first of all, what the hell? It's Big Beard. And how dare you?
Captain Smallbeard. He's a tiny dude. Captain Tiny Beard.
Don't you project your tininess onto this man. Jason.
Hey.
Don't even try it. You're going to call him. He's taller than you.
You're saying it like I said it was an insult. To me, I said it like it was a proud thing.
I don't like you holding this La Croix and talking about people's heights.
But this is the whole thing. Like everyone goes, oh, you say it like it's an insult. Maybe being short is a thing. Because if I was like, oh, what's Tallbeard's name? You'd be like, well, that tall drink of water. His name is Kevin, and he's the ranking officer. But like now it's like, what's Shortbeard's name? Don't make fun of Shortbeard. I'm like, I didn't make fun of him.
First of all, Jason, I love that
and short is good.
I am so impressed that you called him first officer. I love that.
First officer. I don't know anything. On my laser, there was no first officer. There wasn't even ranks. So I don't know what ranks are in the sailing world.
Well, this isn't sailing. This is yachting. Okay. There's also a really hot guy from Toronto named Rob, but he lived in Australia. And I'm starting to think about it. Maybe I got to go to Australia.
Yeah, you need to do your like your Eat, Pray, Love year. That's what you got to do.
I need to do the Eat, Pray,
Never read
Love.
the book, never watched the movie, but I think I know what it's about. And it's the sequel to Pretty Woman, right? Julia Roberts takes off and gets out of here.
She's like, I'm not a hooker anymore. I'm different now, but my life is still garbage. I have to go figure it out.
And then in the third movie, she comes back as a lawyer and fights about water or something like that.
She fights about water, and then she fights about water, and then Kevin Costner comes out of a well, and he's a bit of a mermaid, and it's sort of a water world sort of.
Is Julia Roberts in Waterworld? You know what? No. All the movies we just mentioned, I haven't seen any of them.
Funny enough, I was on the podcast Hunks, which is an incredible. They're all amazing comedians from Winnipeg, and they're in a sketch troupe. They're also stand-ups, and they're so funny. Yeah. And I highly recommend their podcast called Hunks, the podcast. And during my episode, they had been talking about Waterworld because they had watched it recently, and we really unpacked like sex icons from like the early 90s, like versus now. Because like
so like a Patrick Swayze or
Kevin Costner.
Okay.
Like a Kevin Costner
Kurt Russell. They all had like the same haircut.
Well, we were joking that like in the early 90s or whatever, you could be like a bit bald and everyone would be like, ooh, wee. Like, that was okay.
Bruce Willis. Ooh, sexy.
Yeah, like Bruce Willis was like losing his hair like while we watched. Like he wasn't like, I'm bald now. Like he let us kind of wonder where it was going to go for a bit. And like Kevin Costner, I don't consider him a man with a full head of hair.
Yeah, it's not like that he was bald. He was just born with a really high hairline.
Yeah, maybe. And stuck. I just want to point out that I'm not saying like if you're bald or balding, you're not like you can't be sexy. I'm just saying like in Hollywood.
But if you're short, then it's an insult. I got you. Okay, great.
Oh, please. All Hollywood men, all sex icons or whatever, they're all like 5'6". Tom Cruise is like 5'6".
I'm taller than Tom Cruise by an inch.
I remember when I shot my pilot, there were so many Apple boxes everywhere because I was considered so tall.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, giant. Whoa, giant. Yeah. Drop the peach. We get it. But I just think it's crazy where now, like, if you want to be like a sexy man, it's like Chris Hemsworth and like, you know, where we had like Bruce Willis, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Who else? Chuck
Even
Norris.
Keanu, like Chuck Norris.
That was for a certain group of women, but they loved Chuck Norris.
Can you believe one of those women was my mom?
For sure. And I'm sure she went to, as soon as she found out line dancing came to town on a Wednesday night, she was like, should we go, John?
Oh, it wasn't, should we go? It was the blue eyeshadow was on and it was like, we're going to the Legion.
Because whose boots have my boots been under?
Whose boots have my boots been under? Absolutely. That's so crazy to think like people hooked up after line dancing. Like,
it's like we were just so in sync. Like, we were the only people that were offbeat, but like we were offbeat together.
My cowboy boot got stuck in between some floorboards, slipped right off. My white tube sock was exposed.
Yeah, what kind of socks are you supposed to wear in cowboy boots? Do you wear white tube socks?
Can I tell you?
You would lose all power if you were like this. I'm the fastest gun in the West, and then he took his boot off, but there was like a white tube sock. You'd be like, whoa!
And it was
you
loose,
lost
like
all your power, dude. Everybody was afraid of you till your boot came off, and we saw that you had a white tube sock with a hole in the heel. Like, you're done, dude.
Honestly, so true. Can you imagine? You're being
this town's
insulted.
not big enough for the two of us. Hold on a sec. Got a rock in my boot. Oh, we know who's leaving this town now.
I'm dead. It's
He goes
so
to the
true.
next town. They're like, oh my God, oh no, we heard what happened, pal. You can keep moving.
Yeah, we heard what you said, Jeff.
I don't wear them anymore. I just go barefoot. Get out of here.
Okay, imagine like you're being insulted and then someone removes their boot and it's a loose tube sock, like their toes aren't even close to the front. It's dirty and there's a hole in it. I feel like
and the heel of the sock is halfway up their calf.
I'd be like, what did you say to me? Get out of here. I remember
that's what I'm
that.
asking. What are the cool socks? What do you wear under a
Can I tell you? This might just be for me, but I'd be curious what people in the chat think. Like, I am a fan of a patterned sock, and I'm a fan of a patterned sock for even a guy. Like, if you're coming at me,
like Argyle socks or like fucking like just nice patterns, but that's great. But would I wear those with cowboy boots? I don't know, man.
I mean, I'd want to see a patterned sock come out of a cowboy boot, Chris. Kids with floppy socks bugged the fuck out of me when I was a kid. It's true, like the floppy.
Oh, do you remember that first day when they were like, when your teachers were like, "Take your shoes off," and you're like, "I didn't know we did that. I didn't know we did that. We didn't take shoes off. What the fuck are you talking about?" And then never again were my socks ever like not on point because you're just like, well, that's never happening to me again.
Jason.
Come on, guys, we're gonna throw the parachute up and then pull it down and hide behind, but everyone's gonna take their shoes off first.
I feel
then you're
so
sitting
seen.
under this parachute and looking around, and everyone else has nice socks on somehow. And you're like, how the fuck am I the only one with shit socks on?
Yeah, and you're like trying to cover your socks up with like shoving them into your legs or like your pants over them.
I got a hole in my toe, keeps popping out, so you try to tuck it underneath your toe, like curl up your toes so it holds onto it.
Yeah. Or it's like it's so worn down, like you should have thrown the socks out, but you wanted to give it like one last day before they get thrown in the trash.
Oh yeah, the bottoms have a hole that's like sort of meshy because it's translucent almost.
Yeah.
So you're just like
Yeah. Oh my God. Or it's like you'd go to a party and you'd be like waiting for your crush to show up and like he would take his shoes off and just be wearing like these fucking jeans with like thick white nasty tube socks. He's like, hey, what's up? And you just see like there's too much fabric and it's like really rubbing with the rug. It's just like so gross.
oh, now what I do? You can never meet your heroes, you know?
You can't meet your heroes. Even when I see my nephew with like, I'll be like, change your socks. I can't even deal with you right now. I can't listen to what you're saying with these socks.
Although if you bought them socks, you'd be like, what am I, Fraser Crane? I'm not going to wear these socks. I'm fucking 6. Leave me alone.
That's what my nephew said. What am I, Fraser Crane? Give me a break. What am I, rebooting the franchise and nobody asked? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If anything, I'm Bulldog, and Bulldog would not wear for sure wears holes with socks in them.
I just got these socks. I put them in my shoes, instantly filthy. I can't help that. Oh my God, Haley, this pointy ass toes. Like, just like, you know, when like you see someone's like, this is so gross. You see someone's like toenail like in the sock and you're like, ugh, I can't. Yeah. I can't deal with it. Just feet in general. It's just not for me. But yeah, a white tube sock. I can't. A white tube sock.
Yeah.
You know what I also can't deal with is the ankle sock, or the you know, the ones that just cover your toes and just wrap around your heel. So like, we pretend we're not wearing socks in our shoes.
Yeah, I don't know anybody with those.
It's you, and I hate it
for sure. I have them for sure.
When
I found out that they existed, I was like, oh, this is fucking great. I didn't know that we could wear these, but I got like Converse. They're Converse All-Star ones, and you're like, great, this is great. Just put them on.
I don't care the brand, because what happens is when you take your shoes off, it looks like you're wearing little ballet slippers.
Oh yeah, you don't take your shoes off.
Can you imagine?
If you take your shoes off, you take the socks off with them.
What's the audacity of making people take their shoes off? Really, Teach? We have to take our shoes off? For what?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, this just took a drastic turn. Ever dated someone with a foot fetish?
No. I mean, I don't think they would feel that they could tell me that. I just feel like if they knew me at all, they'd be like, this just isn't something we can unpack together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris also says, Siddiqui says, dress socks annoy the shit out of him. It's like wearing a Kleenex on your sweaty, gross foot. I will say, what is the option then for you? What are we doing? Are we going?
I think he's probably wearing wool socks. He's got some wool socks on. Maybe, because like, what else is there? There's dress socks, there's white tube socks, there's ankle socks, but then what else is there?
But when I think of dress socks, it's like thin navy blue.
The
like
thin
in my
ones
mind,
are terrible. Like if they're too thin, they're terrible. Because you can't, like, what are you going to wear with running shoes? That's the question. Because we're not wearing tube socks. So what are we wearing?
I wear pattern socks and I just hike them up and I go, take a look. Take it in.
That's what you can do when you're a cool girl. If you're like a dad and walking around with those things, then people go, what the fuck is going on with that guy?
Wool socks, baby. That's what Chris is wearing. Socks. I love that. That's classy as all hell.
And this guy's got more style than anybody I know.
It's true.
Maybe him or Nigel. They can fight it out, but they can fight it out on their show. Check it out. We're a bit late to the party. I'm pumping this. Bit players. Check it out.
We've talked about bit players a ton, but yeah, check it out and vote. But, yeah.
Oh, that's right. They were just recently nominated. That's right.
Yeah. So if you can vote for them. But yeah, no, the sock fiasco. I knew someone who wore dress socks with shorts, and I find that unsettling. Also, Rob calling us out for a seamless plug. Yeah. We're trying, Rob.
I don't work at ET Canada yet, so I'm just figuring these out.
Can you imagine someone at ET saw the show and was like, we should hire them to talk to celebrities? I don't even know what. First of all, I don't know if we could stop talking about ourselves, or I could stop talking about myself enough to ask them about their movie. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, we'd be doing bits, and they'd be like, "You got to bring up their movie."
Yeah. So, Juliana Margulies. Wow. Okay.
Juliana Margulies. You ever gone to like an all-you-can-eat buffet?
Okay.
Because I was at this place last night, and it's all you can eat. I'm like, how are they even doing this after the pandemic? But
how are they doing the pandemic? How are they doing it, Margulies?
It's like they've put up extra sneeze guards.
There's so many guards.
There's so many guards. My waiter was a piece of shit. I think his name was Derek for sure.
It was. I think Derek or Tyler, but we were upset.
Anyways, we're going to cut to commercial break, and we'll come right back with, what's your name again?
Juliana Margulies.
Margulies.
So I think that's
not Julia Roberts. Okay, great. You're not Julia Roberts.
First of all, Jason, you would not even be that dismissive. You would be like, Juliana Margulies. Hello. We have the incredible actor, Juliana Margulies from The Good Wife, which I watched all of last night. So I didn't sleep great.
Yeah, you're on a TV show treating it like it's a crappy improv show. Give it up for Julia Margulies. Give it up. Can we give it up for Julia?
You would.
Everybody, Julia Margulies. Anyways, okay, great. Good wife. You know what I say? Great wife. I watched it all last night.
First of all, that is exactly how that interview would go. And it'd be me sitting there, and all of a sudden the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song would play and just zoom in on my face. It'd be like,
It would just zoom in right to your eyes.
I'd just be like, we'd be driving home, and I'd go, great wife? You had to say great wife?
I didn't sleep. I watched it all last night. I don't know.
First of all, I told you not to watch it all last night. You promised me you wouldn't watch all of Good Wife last night.
I thought
And
I'd
here
bring
you
it
are
up.
calling. What do you think was going to happen when you called Juliana Margulies a great wife?
I bet she is a great wife.
She's divorced.
But so she wasn't the greatest wife, that's for sure.
We're both driving the same car. It's unbelievable.
Because on the weekends we teach kids how to drive, so we have 2 steering wheels in our car.
We're driving instructors who want to be celebrity interviewers.
Not wannabe, we are celebrity interviewers.
and that concludes the pilot episode. Oh my god, that's so funny. I'm dying laughing. Danielle goes, I'm embarrassed to say I'm a barefoot and Keds gal. As soon as the weather is warm, my husband says I have vinegar toes. I know that feeling completely.
Is that just the smell, or what does
Yeah,
that
you
mean?
know, like when you wear, like because when the summer hits, I really don't wear socks at all unless I'm like in running shoes. But so I sort of do the same thing where I'll be like barefoot in shoes.
No,
And then,
I was trying to
and then you
figure
just
out
reek.
it.
Yeah, then it's not great.
I used to go over to this guy's house that was, I guess, a friend of mine, but now looking back, I'm like, why? Because I would go to his house and he would literally take out like an aerosol can of spray stuff and then just spray it on my feet for like 30 seconds and go, cool, okay, you can come in now.
Oh my
I'm like,
god.
I'm like, I'm never not wearing fucking socks again. I guess back to my tube socks, because wool socks in the summer.
Cirillo's over it. She goes, I do not want to talk about vinegar toes ever again. But Jenny, you know what we're talking about. And I want to thank Danielle for her bravery because I suffer from the same thing.
The reason why I say why is it called vinegar toast? Because they smell, because vinegar
It's like
cuts the
sour.
smell. But the vinegar cuts, like if you're cooking salmon, you're supposed to boil vinegar next to it because it gets rid of like the fishy smell
Really?
in your house or whatever. Yeah.
Oh.
Vinegar gets rid of bad smells. I love vinegar though.
First of all,
I
it's
love it.
rid. It's rid, not reg.
Get reg. I didn't say reg.
You're saying red. Getting
Get
rid
rid
of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
R.E.D..
Well, I agree with Danielle. I know it's, people are having ways about it, but we all know what she's talking about. And that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Do you think that we could pitch a show where we're driving instructors, but we want to be celebrity interviewers?
Yeah. And I think that's what we started off. We kind of treat it like Billy on the Street, and we just kind of like stalk them like paparazzis, and then we start the interview. And then we both try to drive away very quickly with a steering wheel.
Oh my God, Juliana Margulies, if you're listening to this,
It's Seinfeld. Pull over. It's not him.
Jerry.
Can you pretend you're Jerry Seinfeld? You look a lot like Jerry Seinfeld.
I want someone, when we can go back to this, I want someone to hire us to go to press junkets, because let me tell you, we're going to have a blast. We're going
gonna
to
be a
ask if
fun
there's
time.
snacks. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because the last thing they want to talk about is probably that movie,
We could do that too, though. We could just be like, if you want us, we could be, you know how like John Catucci or what's his name that does Driver's Dine-ins and all that stuff?
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri. We could just be doing that at like press junkets and being like, what's the craft table like here? Or let's great.
That's what we want to know. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I want to know about. What's so embarrassing to me sometimes when I think about press junkets is like, when you can tell the movie's not good because the actors are trying to like convince you that they're best friends and that it was just like such a joy on set. Like, not to say that
Yeah.
it wasn't, but like, you know what I'm talking about. When it's like,
There's like YouTube videos of people being like, look, these people obviously didn't like each other, and here they are at a press junket together going like making cuts at each other and stuff like that. So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, like it's like when Scarlett Johansson and like,
I don't know. Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, or like we're like brother and sister. Please watch the movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like in Twilight, well, I guess they were actually dating, but I wonder if that was a business arrangement first and then it became real. That's all
I
I'm
don't
saying.
know.
That's all I'm saying. And I want Eddie to know if there's another season of Below Deck and he needs, if he's looking
Barbara.
for what?
I don't know what's happened to Barbara today, but Guy Fieri looks like he would have smelly junk.
You know what? Barbara, we're loving.
Yeah,
MVP
his
of today.
pubes
But
are for sure bleached blonde for
I
sure.
actually disagree.
Spiked.
I bet you he smells like the most potent, rich Axe body spray. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh,
I
that's
think-
probably for true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top to bottom. Yeah, that's what he and smell's a huge thing. Like I think of like one of my other crushes, like Mark Maron, and I'm like, he must smell like cedar.
We've talked about this before because I feel like it's more of a cigarette smell. And then you're like, he doesn't smoke. But I'm like, well, it just seems like he smokes.
Yeah. What do you smell like? What do you think you smell like?
I worry about that all the time.
I mean, hello. Do we need to discuss? Does it smell? Please tell me. You know?
What do I think I smell like? If you looked at me and you saw me, you'd be like, oh, that guy probably smells like I don't know, like if you rolled around in the sand and you're like, man, that's what that guy smells
No,
like.
I don't think of you as, I can't even believe the audacity of you to say, I think I smell like the beach.
And I guess that's what I guess I put it in a bad way, but it's a real nice thing to smell like. It's the beach.
I think
don't
you
know.
probably
I don't know.
smell like, I think you smell like laundry.
Okay. Like dirty laundry.
No. I don't think you smell like dirty laundry.
You think I smell like bounce sheets?
Yeah, like bounce sheets. I think like for some reason, I don't think I smell like laundry. I was once told by a partner that I had no scent, which is simply not true. And I do have a fear that I smell really bad. Yeah. What are you laughing at?
Barbara
do I smell?
hasn't stopped. Barbara has not stopped.
Barbara's taking it. She's taking it. She's taking it and run.
Vinegar dick is probably what his wife calls it.
Wow. You know what?
So what do you think you smell like?
I don't know, Jason. It's like unpacking that conundrum is upsetting to me, you know?
Okay.
Megan agrees that you give off the fresh laundry scent vibe. Melissa says he smells like the Scarborough Bluffs. And that's a huge callback. And thank you so much. I mean, I pump my house full of essential oils all of the time. So I'm hoping that those stay with me, but I've never had anyone be like, you smell like
a flowery
sandalwood. Perfume. Yeah. My perfume is Glossier.
I don't know what that means.
That's a company.
No, I know, but I don't know what the smell of that is. It like it's not like a vanilla or a lavender. It's more like a flowery,
I literally
citrusy,
just forgot.
I don't know.
I'm going to look up the perfume name because I've just forgotten it. It is called.
And a birthday's coming up, everybody. Listen up.
I think it's just called You. So it just smells like, it's supposed to, it's very like subtle and it just is supposed to smell like you smell like nice a bit. It's not like super pungent by any means and it does fade pretty quickly.
That's the dumbest Who's on First sketch ever.
What?
Wow, what's that smell? What do you smell like? You. Okay, calm down. What, do I stink?
No, I
smell like you. I put you on me in the morning. Okay.
Just what the hell's your problem, Juliana Margulies? Okay, I call you the great wife. Now you're gonna be pissy with me.
Oh, this is Julia Roberts. Okay, great. Loved you in the sequel to Eat, Pray, Love.
Eat, Pray, Love, and we love that when you were done with doing all of those things.
Yeah.
Crystal says, I ordered the Glossier perfume, but all my family hated it, so I will never be wearing it again. I love it. I'm sorry. It's such a nice smell.
Although I've been told this too. Don't colognes smell different on different people because of the way it reacts to their skin? So it might be great on one person and not on another because it just they react to skin differently.
There's a lot of perfumes that like are sold in that way where it's like it'll smell different based on your chemical reaction.
Jameson, you don't want to smell like a cinnamon bun. And I'll tell you why you don't want to smell like a cinnamon bun. Nobody can hang out with you then because I'd be like, I'm just hungry all the time when I hang out with Jameson.
Or you go, did you go to Cinnabon? Where'd you go? Yeah. And you're like, what? Did you go to Cinnabon? Did you eat it at the mall? Wait.
Flashback to that old episode of ours. Oh, Kelly got that job at Subway. Good job.
My favorite part of Kelly got a job at Subway was not only you being like acknowledging the Subway smell, which let me tell you, I can smell if you've had Subway. There's no question about it.
Sure.
But you
and
just
it's weird because it doesn't matter which sub you had. We know you went to Subway.
You just smell like Subway. The sandwich isn't going to stick with you. The smell will. But my favorite was when you were like, "Wow, Kelly got a job at Subway." And then when I watched back that clip, you're like, "Wow, that's great. She was really looking forward to that. She was really working hard for that job." So it just makes
I also
me think.
screwed it up because I was like, "Oh, she was really worried about that audition." And then later I was like, job interview. What's everything's a fucking audition to me."
I don't think. Well, I was in a Subway spot.
Hello. Was that the one when you were eating ice cream? No, that was on Ontario Farms or something like that.
When you found that screenshot of me holding that ice cream that we knew was lard, okay, so it wouldn't melt, and I was in a blank gray shirt and huge denim shorts, no makeup, no hair. There I was. What was that?
Can we get final touches on Stacy? She's good.
Jason, that is what happened. Okay?
The craft table was too good. The makeup lady was just at the craft table being like, just tell her she's good. She's good. She's good.
Someone on set said I had the face of a woman who loved a farmer's market. What does that even mean?
Cool people go to farmers markets, so I think that's a compliment.
I know that, but I thought, okay, first of all, I thought I was woman running through a meadow. I showed up and I was a woman eating ice cream at farmer's market. Different. I showed up and they're like, "Who are you? Like, what are you playing today?" And I was like,
I'm the one that played. Yeah, I'm going to be lightly jogging through the meadow in slow motion towards my love.
Just so everyone's clear, what I will and will not be doing today on set. Okay, I will be lightly jogging through the meadow. I will not full sprint.
I'm going to do a full spin at the end, so my dress comes up just a little bit, and I'm so happy. Like I'm in like one of those commercials for the side effects of like some sort of drug.
It's so true. Like a Tampax commercial or a really bad drug.
Oh, no. You're going to be eating the lard cone.
Your lard cone. Actually, excuse me, bitch, your lard cone. It was in that moment that
I'm flying in the lard girl. I'm flying in lard cone.
Hey, lard cone, how long is it going to take with lard cone? We're not brushing her hair or doing anything. She's ready now. And
everybody, that's a wrap on lard cone. Let's give it up.
The woman I was shooting with was gorgeous. This woman, she was all in yellow, gorgeous. And during breaks, because it was so hot and we were shooting at like an outdoor farmer's market, they would fan her and they would keep her cool. And I would beg for a fan or like a magazine to fan myself. Anyways, what a life. I'm lard cone.
we just have to worry about the other girl because her makeup might run, but you don't have makeup, so you're fine.
We know you say you have a face, but we're not perceiving it. We're not clocking that, but we're glad your body's here.
We want the people to focus on the lard cone. So you're kind of like an easel. Just hold the cone.
A lard cone. But it does look like ice cream. It's just like, honestly, when you get behind the smoke and mirrors of it all, it's so sad. It's just so sad. Hi, I'm a beautiful woman running through the meadow. Lard cone.
Look, man.
Wow, Barbara.
Barbara's on fire today.
Yeah, lard cone is a new flirty thing I call my ass. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I just can't deal with it. We really did it. I'm so proud of us for today.
Guess this is a good Monday,
It really is, I had a great workout this morning. I'm feeling.
Congrats.
Thank you. I've been really Pelotoning my little lard ass off.
Oh, beautiful. I've been
Yeah.
biking.
And
I've been biking like crazy. Loving LA now. Loving biking around Los Angeles.
how far are you biking?
Yesterday I biked. I don't know what to Las Feliz. That's where I went yesterday.
Oh, wow. But like, do you
Just to
track
visit
it?
some friends. I went with some friends yesterday.
But like, do you track how far you've gone?
Well, yes and no. I guess
Okay,
it's about
cool.
5 or 6 miles to get there and then 5 or 6 miles back. So around that.
Cool. That's what I was
Just
doing.
doing it
That's what I
as
did
like,
this morning. Did a little
great.
over 10 miles. So
Oh,
it's pretty great.
cool. It's great. That's
Ooey,
great.
ooey.
I feel like yours is a more of a workout though. Mine's like a leisure stroll of like everyone go for a walk outside.
This is like earn your last name. You are your own icon. Be the legend you want to see. You know, be the first one. I did get a good piece of advice. It said, be the one who claps first for yourself. Don't look for anything else.
Sorry to cut you off, but Haley just pointed this out. Oh, Haley, like we don't know.
We love.
This was Stacy and Mai's place when we first went there. It was like that's where we were going.
Yeah, we love that place.
Yeah.
Loved it so much. So yummy.
What's it called again? Friend 62 or something like that. It's a number after.
We love that place. It was so yummy. So great. Well, pals, we'll be back on Wednesday. I'm really, really excited for that. Maybe we'll be a guest. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll be a celebrity. And Jason and I, can really unpack what's going on with them. And I'm really excited for that.
We'll unpack what's going on with us in front of them. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, we can't wait. So if you are a TV executive, I think we've made it pretty obvious that we are ready and eager to go.
If you're worried about costs, I'm already installing a second steering wheel in my own car.
Yeah, so we are more than happy to do that. I do not have a car, but I am willing for you to pay me.
One.
You only need the one. So thank you so much. And we'll be back on Wednesday. So Jason, is there anything? I'm not missing anything, am I? Oh, I do. We are. So tomorrow night, we are having a Patreon movie night, which is really, really, really exciting. And we will also be doing a big fun party, I believe on Thursday. Am I correct? Am I getting that day right?
Yeah, because yes. And then we're going to have a casual Friday this week. Will be Hangover Friday.
It'll be a Hangover Friday. So basically my birthday is this Saturday. So we have a bunch of Patreon events happening. So Tuesday night, we have a movie night. We're going to be watching a really crappy romantic movie, and we're going to be talking shit in the chat with some snacks and drinks and best pals. And then on Thursday night, we are doing drinks and games and fun live stream for a little B-Day celebration. And then Friday, the hope and probably plan is a nice little hangover casual Friday. So if you have been wanting to join the Patreon, this is a great week to do it because we got two big events happening.
Boom. 1 week, two events.
Yeah. So come on by and check out the Patreon.
The movie out because we haven't totally chosen the movie yet, but it's going to be I
posted an option in the Patreon, and it's been getting some good vibes. So I think maybe we might go with this one. But anyways, this week we got 2 Patreon events. We're super, super excited, and we hope that you come along because it's gonna be a good time. But other than that, we will see you on Wednesday. If you are on the Patreon, we will see you Tuesday night. And have the best day. Bye, friends.
Bye.